because the worst thing you can do is create a product that no one in your market wants. Marketing actually starts with your product. A lot of people have a product first and then try and go to market with it, but you actually need to research and see, what do people want? Let me create that, rather than, oh, I'm just going to make a Nike shoe, or I'm just going to make a, not Nike shoe, that's successful, but something random. I'm just going to make something random and put it to market. But you need to do the opposite. You need to research the market and find out what they want, and then create that or make that. I want to introduce you to Cindy. Cindy is actually a made-up character, but for the context of this room, she's real. She's very real. She's 35 years old. She's a dietitian. She has 10 years experience in her field, and she's just created a website called cindyfood.com. She would like to know how to get more clients. So some of the things I'm going to be speaking about, it's easier to understand if you have a point of reference. So our point of reference today is Cindy, but try your best to translate that to your business and what you're doing. So Cindy is trying to get clients for her dietitian business. She's new, she has no idea what she's doing, she just had a new website. So firstly, the better you know your clients or your customers, the easier it is to sell to them. That's a quote from myself on my YouTube channel. Who is Cindy? So Cindy is, who is Cindy's ideal customers? So Cindy's ideal customer, as someone who is a dietitian, might be someone who is diabetic. It also might be someone who is looking to lose weight. Those are the people who are likely to want to hire her for her services, right? So I gave Cindy a task and I said, Cindy, I want you to research your market. I want you to see what's going on, because the worst thing you can do is create a product that no one in your market wants. Marketing actually starts with your product. A lot of people have a product first and then try and go to market with it, but you actually need to research and see, what do people want? Let me create that, rather than, oh, I'm just going to make a Nike shoe, or I'm just going to make a, not Nike shoe, that's successful, but something random. I'm just going to make something random and put it to market. But you need to do the opposite. You need to research the market and find out what they want, and then create that or make that. So she done some research, and she found out that pre-diabetes was a thing, and I didn't even know it was a thing, but it's a thing. And this video someone's done on pre-diabetes steps to gain control has over 98,000 views in 5 years. That's 20,000 views average in a year. Now I don't know how many clients this person is getting from that video, but that's a lot of exposure, that's a lot of views, and that's something that Cindy can now use as information for when she's actually creating a product. Maybe she creates a product about pre-diabetes. Also, this is the Google Keywords tool, Google Keyword Planner tool. You might want to write that down. I'll be sending you a link to it as well. It's a very common tool, you might have heard of it. And it basically tells you how many times per month a particular keyword gets searched in Google. Google, as you know, is the #1 search engine in the world. Roughly, it's estimated about 40% of the entire internet's traffic is on Google. So it can give you some really good insights into what is going through people's mind. And so what I got Cindy to do is to type in weight loss diet. And what came up was weight loss diet, 135,000 views a month. That particular term, weight loss diet, is getting in Google. So it's a rough estimate, but that's what it's getting so far. So that's a good indication that maybe she should create some sort of weight loss diet. Also, does anyone sell physical products? Or thinking about selling physical products? So eBay is your best bet when it comes to market research. Go onto eBay, find out what it's selling. So I typed in diet. The first thing that came up was these diet pills, and I'm not recommending anyone go to take any diet pills, the disclaimer. But that's what came up, and it has 3,000, almost 4,000 sales. And if you go onto eBay and you click that sold button, it will actually show you the daily sales. So you're going to want to do that as well. See, is it a product that's just selling once a month, or is it a product that's selling every single day? That's how I built my e-commerce business. I was looking at products that are selling very regularly, every day, and obviously I'm looking at that now in January the 7th. We've just had Christmas. So I want to make sure that those are not just Christmas sales and that it has consistent sales over time as well. So these are things that can skew your data. If you're researching a product during a holiday period, it might be a seasonal product. That's something that you might want to keep in mind. So the best research methods are to use eBay, also use Amazon as well. Obviously Amazon is a beast of a resource. And you actually want to make sure that you go there and see the best-selling products on Amazon as well, and just have it as research. Know what people are buying. If you know what people are buying, then you know what you need to be selling. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Also the Google Keywords tool, which we've spoken about. It's absolutely free to use that tool. Some people that I've coached and mentored in the past have had issues with accessing it for free, but it is a free tool. They might get you to, because it's mainly a tool for people who are using Google Ads, so they're going to want to have you spend money with them, so you might need to put your card information in order for it to work, but you don't need to actually start Google Ads. Google Suggest. When you go into Google and you start typing something, Google will automatically populate some suggestions. Has everyone seen that? That's there for a reason. It's there because people have actually searched that in the past, or that's a popular query. So if I went to Google and I typed in diet pills, it might pre-populate and say for men, or diet pills for weight loss, diet pills, whatever. That's something that you want to keep in mind as well. So not necessarily just what you see on the Google Keywords tool, but what you see in Google Suggest as well. YouTube is a great place as well. If you're researching the market, see if someone has a YouTube channel speaking about things that your target market will be interested in. This is super important, because once you have your product or your service, you're going to want places to actually market. So you might be on YouTube yourself, or you might pay a YouTuber to actually be sponsored on their YouTube channel. Speak to your ideal clients. I know Josh gets a lot of messages and text messages from me because he's my ideal client. He's someone who has a business and he's trying to build it up. So I'm constantly texting him saying, what issues do you have? What problems do you have? How can I help you? You know, and that's a big help to me. So if you know someone who is your ideal client, you don't necessarily have to just try and convert them into your business. If they don't want what you've got on offer, that's fine. Just ask them what they're struggling with, ask them what they need, and use it as data, use it as research.